Beth is a keen and talented gardener, but the time she can spend with her beloved plants is being reduced. Like a lot of polio survivors, she suffers from reduced mobility and fatigue. But now, post-polio syndrome is also affecting her speech and swallowing.
Over the last 12 months, it's been even more noticeable that my voice gets very tired. And on a couple of occasions, I've lost my voice altogether. These days, I know that by having rest periods, if I talk today, then I don't talk tomorrow, because if I do, I'll lose it completely. I need breaks, the same as I do physically, to get going again. I'm having problems with a very rough voice, loss of voice, a little bit of slurring, embarrassing, but sometimes I dribble.
With someone who's having problems with their speech post-polio, we would be mainly looking at the muscles and how the muscles that are used to pronounce words are affected. We may give them some therapy specifically related to sounds or production of the sounds they're having trouble with. We may work at a more functional level, so we may just target their whole speech. We may give them strategies to help them get the message across more clearly as a whole, rather than focus on single sounds. That same person could have problems with their actual voice as well. So we may give them exercises to help improve their volume or their pitch. We may even, perhaps if they're having a lot of trouble with volume or with fatigue, we may even give them some sort of device that will help them when they're having those bad times to increase their volume.
I feel like that my throat is swollen all the time, and it's like having a sore throat, but not like an infected throat, just that everything inside is very, very big, and it's just very hard to swallow, and things get stuck. I've altered with the way that I eat. I always eat with a drink, and I'm a lot more careful about what I eat. I love nuts, but it's silly these days for me to eat nuts. Some days I can eat a lot more than others. It depends on whether I'm having a good day and managing, or whether I've overdone things.
When someone comes along to see us complaining of a swallowing difficulty, we would first of all take a very good history. So we would work out whether the problem was related to their polio or whether the problem was something else altogether. After taking a very good history, we would do an assessment, and that would involve looking at their mouth and their muscles and the structures used for swallowing. We would perhaps give them some food and fluid to swallow, so we could watch face to face what was going on. And then we might also perform video fluoroscopy, which is a moving x-ray of the swallow happening. We would look at the history that was given, we would look at the results of all the assessment, and then we would tailor specific therapy that relates to what we saw. So we might look at the person's positioning. Are they able to sit well? Are they able to support their trunks well? Are they able to keep their head and their chin in a good position for swallowing? We would look at their mouth and the structures in their mouth. If they weren't working well, we may be able to suggest exercises, or maybe some strategies to change the technique they use when they swallow. We may look at changing the food and the fluid that they're drinking and eating. So we may suggest that instead of a thin fluid which moves very quickly and which can cause coughing, that we give them a thickened fluid that moves more slowly and gives the muscles a better chance to work properly in synchrony and make the swallow happen well.
I have post-polio of the throat, so therefore I'm fatiguing, and I'm to have, as I said, there's things have changed as far as eating habits, etc. are concerned, but I'm to have speech therapy to slow down the progress, to keep my speech as long as possible.